It has been declared in Revelation 13. The second beast would come from the earth, possessing 2 horns.
And what you have now is you have that being exploited for many decades. The incentive is to get as many people present as you can so that you can work them for pennies on the dollar.
Dealing with a particular structure. A chain of command.
Business work. That's what businessmen do. They crunch numbers. They devise schemes to drive their costs down and their revenues up. Right? So they can profit at the expense of others.
And where is it coming from? From commerce. Businesses, they want protection. Because without it, the owners thereof do not enrich themselves.
That's what it is. It's zero-sum game. Somebody wins, somebody loses. That's the system we signed up for. At least some people did. I didn't.
So the police invest most of their time in protecting those.
Now, we understand that there are maybe some officers that have chosen to be in that position because they think that what they're doing is right.
It's like a free market, except it's not.
It's designed to put you into their corporate institutional world to benefit those
Within these walls of these institutions,
this rule of law. It fosters prejudice.
force people to labor in vain.
That we conduct our affairs for the benefit of international financiers.
You know, and these are corporations now.
Even the Christ said that the kings of the earth have their benefactors.
That are imprisoning people.
It makes sure people like myself stay off the street. Everything is in secret. You know, because it makes other people uncomfortable because they want to continue to live in sin. Always looking to take accountability off of themselves and point their finger. That's what the police seek to do.
Corporations are meant to be profitable.
Keep the economy strong, keep commerce flowing.
That's why they exist.
Right? That's why they work with the Chamber of Commerce.
I've never known anyone to start a company and say, I'm starting a company because I don't want to make any money.
But how do you disrupt entire civilization and then say that? You see? See, they seek to punish us for their own crimes, for their own transgressions. You eat the fat, you clothe you with the wool, you kill them that are fed, you feed not the flock.
You know, they record and monitor all the activity digitally and keep that information for their own benefit. But what if the tables were turned? What if we could see on the inside?
It takes a real thinking person to be able to look from the outside in and determine that something's not right. People are living in fear. They've built up too many assets, too much wealth that they're afraid of losing. However, they have not examined the inner workings. All they've done is take orders. You know, am I permitted to do this? I'll give you a straight answer.
Because it's already controlled. Again, through these institutions.
And it's done through capital. Capital is used as a tool
To extract human resources.
And what you have now is you have that being exploited for many decades.
They say, we're going to award this labor, this job, to this person.
The incentive is to get as many people present as you can so that you can work them for pennies on the dollar.
But then they go and they select certain people, younger, look like they could be laborers, and they charge them.
Neither have ye sought that which was lost.
But you know, we're not going to go after this guy.
Mechanism to drive these forces.
Now that's what I call involuntary servitude.
Yet with force and with cruelty, you have ruled them.
It's harassment and intimidation.
You suffer the nipples of abuse. Look at what you can get.
It's a dangerous place. Of course, the county will cop out and say, you know, we don't really have anything to do with that.
Yeah, they stated that they may clean the outside of the cup and the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. It's like, look at all the goods and look at all these luxuries and everything that you can get.
You might donate over here, donate over there.
This will provide us with all the goods that keeps the economy turning. As you know, or you should know, it's all meant to discourage you from doing what's right. What's right. What's right. Behold, I against the shepherds, and I will require my flock at their hand, and cause them to cease from feeding the flock. Neither shall the shepherds feed themselves any more, for I will deliver my flock from their mouth. Yeah, they perform acts of philanthropy and this kind of thing. They even investigate themselves, you know. Oh, you know, you've been stealing from the people. We hold you accountable, now give us 10%. And take a cultural shift, you know, to renounce the system altogether. And to decide that it's necessary for our survival.
He got out among the hedges and byways, and he spread the message of the gospel.
Content, living in a manufactured home, maybe you live in an apartment or a little house, something, you know, and just, you know, 9 to 5, you know, struggling, trying to beat people up on the highway, trying to get to work on time, they make it a little, you got to step on somebody's toe every now and then to make a little extra buck. That's what we have to do, man, we have to suffer. Content with that way, this is the system for you. Yet, if you would like a land that's abundant in heavenly riches, with a sense of security and safety and peace, then this system has already failed. It's already failed. Did you tell?
So, you need a mass surplus of servants to keep the economy working for few individuals who now have so much that they can buy everything on the earth tenfold. So that's why you always hear about these rockets, you know, there's going to be new explorations to Mars, because these people are so bored at this point with everything. Islands, planes, all their prostitutes. What? We're going to suffer because of this. Lawyers know it. Remember Christ talked about the key of knowledge? Woe unto lawyers and Pharisees. But they have hidden that key of knowledge. Placing burdens. Grievous to be born. And not willing to lift one finger. The man set up his design through his various networks, propped up these institutions, made them appear credible, giving you somebody to laugh and amuse you on your television, and then he attempts to steer you in that direction, to worship and serve the beast. This is what they seek. But not what we seek. Not from the beginning, it was not natural. Even the Christ had said, render unto them what's theirs and render unto mine what's mine. Pretty simple. If you serve I with all your heart, mind, and soul. You don't put any other gods before I. This is the first commandment. You got, you know, the guy that talks about grabbing women by their vagina. Oh, I'm sorry if that's explicit, but that's what the guy said.
Okay, and the media repeated it. Now the media doesn't just repeat stuff just because they want to get on somebody's case. No, they're normalizing specific behavior. And that's what this rule of law has done, is normalized adultery, fornication, sheer wickedness. So we have a duty to stand up against this, whether we be put in jail or not. It's not effective. It's not a choice. If we choose to follow the commandments of the Creator, then we have no choice but to get out and spread the word. This is not the word that you hear in the churches. They won't repeat this. You know, they tend to cherry pick what they're going to discuss, and they tend to say to give people what they want to hear. Keep everything just going along just fine for certain individuals. You know, at the top of the chain of command. I know I was here for protesting. I was here a month, whatever it was. And I was given an opportunity to pay it off for $89, and I refused. Now, I had a trial, and I was given my fine of $93.50-something. Well, I refused to pay it. I told the judge, I'll go to jail. He says, well, how much time? I said, a day? He said, well, you don't really want to go to jail. Or something like that. You know, these people are like, think they're omnipotent. You know, all powerful, all knowing. You know, superior. And they know and see everything and know who you are. No. Only the Creator can do that. You know, Satan never reveals himself. He never comes up and says, hey, I'm Satan. How are you? He always comes with a smile. You know, a handshake. I'm going to help you out. Just serve you. Remember what he promised to Christ. The world and everything in it. You know? And the Christ said, get out of my way. And that's what it's going to take for us to say, get. Yes, they said that he had cast out devils through the prince of devils, Beelzebub, sometimes known as the Lord of the Flies. And they had said that he was besides himself. Him and John both. That they were crazy.
The church is the spirit that has been cast into our heart. I don't have any questions, just an answer. I understand. Okay. You see, I don't have any problem with answering questions. It's just that people try to use your information against you. And I am waiting for the Spirit for the answer. The Spirit is going to give out the answer this morning. He's going to tell I what I need to say. A man comes with his mischievousness. Remember how the Pharisees attempted to tempt the Christ.
Still don't want to answer the question. What is the purpose? What would you like to answer for? I just want
He got out among the hedges and byways, and he spread the message of the gospel.
The situation has revealed itself. We don't have to sit back and wonder anymore. It's right in front of our eyes. You know, you talk about the DNA of the maid servant, aka slave, bondswoman of Thomas Jefferson. And you say, oh yeah, you know, it was his slave, and yeah, he had sex, maybe not consensual, maybe not, but it's okay. We're still gonna worship him. I don't think so. I say the whole thing is busted from the ground up. Just as the Christ said, it would fall. And it is falling How has you counseled with no wisdom? How has you plentifully declared the thing as it is? To whom have you uttered words? And whose spirit came from you? Their things are formed from under the waters, and the inhabitants thereof. Hell is naked before him, and destruction has no covering. He stretches out the north over the empty place, and hangs the earth upon nothing. He binds up the waters in his thick clouds, and the cloud is not rent under them. He holds back the face of his throne, and spreads his cloud upon it. He has compassed the waters with bounds, until the day and night come to an end. The pillars of heaven tremble and are astonished at his reproof. He divides the sea with his power, and by his understanding he smites through the proud. Yes, he smites through the proud. That was the sword that he brandished. You know, all the disciples carried a sword. Even when the officers came to take the Christ into captivity, one of the disciples cut off the officer's ear. You know, they say, "Oh, the Christ was never mad, man. He was always cool. He was always trying to make friends."
Among the hedges and byways, and he spread the message of the gospel.
They remove the landmarks, they violently take away flocks and feed. They drive away the ass of the fatherless, they take the widow's ox for a pledge. They turn the needy out of the way. The poor of the earth hide themselves together. When it comes down to it, and most of the revenue that is collected, and this institution is done so at the expense of the poor. Keep us in a state of oppression, bondage. We can never commune to come up with a simple solution that benefits us all, at least most of us. Keep the lawyers at the top with their tools of oppression, driving wedges in between the innocent ones. You know, people don't want to hear it because they're living comfortably. Yes, they're comfortable with their situation. They've been given privileges. See? They're supervisors. They've been upped. And they think, oh, you know, everything's going just great. The system must be working fine. You know, the people believe that they have earned their success. They deny the fact that they have cheated to get to where they are. Using capital. That's what makes them appear to be holy, to be worthy, to be right. And yet, it is an illusion. Just as the scripture said, that Satan is an angel of light. Light, not darkness. He's the prince of darkness and an angel of light. So you see how that works. The master of deception. You know, the police, they're permitted to lie. They're permitted to lie. And they use their lie as a tool. But what about those of us that consider the lie to be immoral? And so we refuse to lie. What about us? We just get swept under, you know? Because if you want to get ahead in this world, you got to be not just willing to lie, but you got to be good at it. You got to be good at it. That's what they train people to do, is become good at manipulation. Let's just get what we want. Just get them to pay us some money. You know, that's the form of bowing down. I don't sign up for it. I'm not signing up for it. It's not in my contract. You want a contract, you're gonna have to be honest. I'm willing to deal with somebody who's willing to be honest. But if all you use is lies to get your way, I don't have respect.
When you sit to eat with a ruler, consider diligently what before you. Put a knife to your throat, if you, a man given to appetite. Be not desirous for his dainties, for they deceitful meat. Labor not to be rich. Seize from your own wisdom. Seize from your own wisdom. We must abase ourselves, and in doing so, we are exalted. We are brought on high.
Sacrifice a little bit of time. Don't always look for the convenient way. Be willing. Find some willpower. That's what our blood is. Will. And we have to be willing to shed every last drop till we get some justice, you know? They get upset because you don't stand up for the judge. But what about the Old Testament? Mordecai, the uncle of Esther, didn't stand for the king of Persia. How about the Christ? Refusing to give tribute unto Caesar. Refusing. And crucified. You know that they have a number next to your name. It's supposed to tell everybody what you are all about. You know, they get the information, you know, they put it into some kind of mathematical equation, they come up with a number. They say, oh, this is who this person is. What would the Christ number be? Mark for death? Oh, please my cause, Lord. With them that strive with I, fight against them that fight against I. Take hold of shield and buckler, and stand up for my help. Draw out also the spear, and stop against them that persecute I. Say unto my soul, I, your salvation. I, your salvation.
The people that choose to live in sin, they will never know the truth of the Holy Spirit. But it's your choice, brother. You're the one that has to make the decision today. Yes, that decision is power. You inherit the power of eternity. I love you, man.
According to the judge, officers didn't have to show up. So as you can see, it's run away from us. It has gotten away out of our control. People have no control. You know, we don't actually support our officials, the majority, and yet they still become our rulers. And who are these people?
But that's the system of law they've devised, coming down on us, forcing us to labor more for less. Of course, yeah, we got some technology.
You have searched I and know. You know my down sitting and my uprising. You understand my thought afar off. You compass my path and my lying down and are acquainted with all my ways.
Oh, just keep calm. Everything's just gonna work out. They're looking out for your best interest. You know, I call this thing the great buy-in. You see these people out there now with the church say, I love comps and all this, they're afraid. They're so afraid that they're now coming to the side of the beast to say, oh, you know, I'm on your side. Please let me stay, you know. It's the great buy-in. Producing a demand to live here. You tell me, do you feel safer? You know? And what is it? There's two things going on. You got America. The people come and settled here looking to escape. What they saw was an onslaught of evil. And they knew it was necessary, according to their faith, to separate. Those are the first inhabitants of this country. And shortly thereafter, some people ended up in the South, in Virginia. The John Smith. And these are agents of the royal crown in England, here to set up the African slave trade, which became the basis for everything you see, for all the development. This so-called first world, you know, the land, the great country. Well, there was people that were thrown off the ship, tied to the chair. They're sick. You know, it could cost us to keep them alive, just push them over. They're comfortable, isn't it? It's reality. That's how this got built, the development, by pushing live people off of ships and stuff. The Pharisees clean first within the cutting platter, that the outside of them may be cleaned also. Yes, they are like whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead bones, in all uncleanness. Yes, appearing outwardly righteous unto man, but within full of hypocrisy and iniquity. Yeah. So what they've done is they've promoted their own interests, so that this by the laws of destruction, vanity. When they step over the scene, you know, they got combed hair and they got a nice tie on and they're driving a nice car and they go, oh, that person must have been real successful, he must be a real nice guy. That's real, man. But a homeless person that got beat down, suffered his whole life, he's got a little bit of dirt on his face, he must be a scumbag. That's real, man. But it's okay, man. 2006, we're all integrated. You feel that? You feel the love? You feel a sense of unity?
Not a word in thy tongue, lo, O Lord, you know it all together.
You know, these people are just too cool. They're just too cool. Yeah, they prejudge us. Like I said, they got a number next to our name. They sift through every little detail they can, and they come up with some kind of a numerical sequence that's supposed to represent us, to identify who we are. Yes, they have not searched out the deepest regions of the heart, as our Creator does, but they carry themselves and falling.
You know, they get titles, they get a little bit of authority, and they're supreme. They leave us behind. You know, the original travelers to inhabit this country during the days of the indigenous from England were the Pilgrims. And they separated is separated from that state, the Church of England, which mechanisms tied to the Church of Rome, in which they saw as the Antichrist. And they knew it was necessary by their vow to separate from all wicked. And that's why this country was inhabited 150 years before the slave masters. Now we hear is about the slave masters. Are they going to bring us freedom? This is the foundation. Rest on it. I don't see anyone resting. There is no rest on this foundation, for it is cracked, crooked, corroded, and crumbling. Yet our foundation stands, bringing us the sure mercies of Lord. And the man looked and say, well, he doesn't look too happy. But the man always looking on the outside. Judging by his own shadow.
When the scripture says, the Lord is our judge, he is our lawgiver, he is our king, he will save us.